Hello and welcome to Crystal Hall number 3 here in Baku, Azerbaijan. Taekwondo's about. There is no guaranteed winners in this sport, is there?
Absolutely, and Begi Hajidani, a potential finalist, so there could be a chance in the repechage for Latila Muhammad to claim some ranking points and a potential medal.
Yeah.
But significantly, you mentioned Damon Sampson on the way in. There'll be one man very interested in that because he'll have felt with his performance at the World Championships that he would merit a chance. Of course, it had been selected before the Worlds, but Damon Sampson will be looking at it saying, okay, Cook got defeated, Latila Muhammad likewise. So lots of intrigue within that -80 contest, but of course we move on now to the women's 67.
Anastasiia Baryshnikova, the world ranked number 4, an athlete who's won many golds in the -73 kilogram category as well as the 67. She's actually another athlete who's just dropped down a level to come and compete in the -67. And it's Aleksandra Krzemieniecka of Poland who is her opponent. I'll tell you what, with these two names, I think we'll have to go for the Poland. It's going to be, the battle will be over by the time we've called them both.
I was impressed with Krzemieniecka. You did well with that one. So Krzemieniecka in red, just shifting back there to avoid Baryshnikova, the front leg straight away from the Russian. Two great shots on the board, and that's how you want to start for certain.
What a start indeed. That's a real statement of intent. First 5 seconds, bang, bang, and she's already 2-0 ahead. The bronze medalist from the Olympic Games. She's actually won gold in the last 3 European Championships as well. So all the same athletes. And in fact, gold in 2010 at all. She was in the -73 kilo category, so the heavier weight. But the gold last year, obviously preparing for this event, was in the -67.
Yep, and you can see, well, it's another shot there from Baryshnikova. And that preparation has paid dividends for her.
Well, she does move around the court. I know commentators do love their opponents, but I've heard it said many times about her dancing around the court, around her opponent, but she really does. And she just looks as smooth as silk, and she's already started so well. You know, it's amazing, this sport, how different styles develop, isn't it? And Baryshnikova almost like he's floating around.
Yep. Well, that's the thing with Baryshnikova. You talk about different people having different styles. That's the beauty of individual sport, and she's certainly expressing herself here with that 4-0 lead. Krzemieniecka just a little bit subdued at the moment. She's not dealing well with the movement of the Russian.
Well, a good start here from the Russian, world number 4. Krzemieniecka is world number 41 in this weight category. She's actually the world number 7 at the 73 kilo category, so she's also another fighter who fights at a higher level. So these two, and another point for Baryshnikova, and 5-0 already.
We talk about fighting at a higher level. She's certainly on a different level here. She's looking good and moving well. Krzemieniecka, some crumb of comfort as she goes back to her coach there, but she's been overmatched so far. Baryshnikova, a perfect start. Her coach will be looking for much more of the same.
Absolutely. Anastasiia Baryshnikova, you don't see many poor Russians, to be honest, who travel, especially for a major event. And Baryshnikova here certainly looks the piece, doesn't she? She beat, looking in the early round, she beat the Ukrainian Tatiana Terevintokova. I'm not going to say that again.
Are you sure she beat
the
her?
Ukrainian, yes. 6 points to 4. I'm glad she didn't qualify through.
Well, Baryshnikova, Krzemieniecka and Terevintokova.
Yeah, those are 3 in the same draw.
I think they've actually got their own Scrabble team that they get together of a weekend.
Yeah. Krzemieniecka has beaten, she beat the Croat Marina Simic, who was actually a quarter-finalist in the World Championships this year, so he's in good form. Well, Krzemieniecka beat her 3 points to 1, but she's certainly finding this a much more difficult proposition here in the quarter-final. Noticeably, she's stepped up a little bit now. Her coach has obviously had a little word.
Well, wonderful start again for Baryshnikova. Good attempted head kick over the shoulder there. Again blocked. Krzemieniecka trying to stay in this using the long limbs. Doesn't quite manage to score there. Baryshnikova again moving around and staying within the ring. She's got that mobility and agility, and she's looking quite fresh here. Flicking shot there from the pole, and this will be music to the ears of the Russian. She's delighted with this impassive style here. She's not really putting any pressure on at the moment, the pole, and it is again Baryshnikova who takes that simple shot to the body. 8-1 now. Well, Krzemieniecka up against it here, doesn't have her problems to seek. Tactically, she's just been outthought. And physically, she's been outfought. Krzemieniecka with 10 seconds left in this second period. Just working hard to try and stay involved in this match. She's on the verge of being point gapped. She escapes this second round. Not by much. Baryshnikova using that flexibility and that footwork, of course. Footwork in Taekwondo designed to control distance. As you'll have heard me say, distance is the key to this game. By a distance, it is Baryshnikova. Krzemieniecka, she's going to have to try and produce something pretty special here if she wants to get into the medal matches. Marcin Kulowski, the Polish coach, well, he saw Rodak do so well to grab a silver yesterday. Just a little bit of tiredness here potentially for the Pole. And here we go again in the third round, 8-1 to the good.
Baryshnikova looking very comfortable here. No doubt she's just holding a little bit back. She's got a semi-final in about, what's going to be, what, about an hour and a half's time, something like that, where she'll be fighting a much tougher opponent. Although having said that, she's not holding back. She's 9-1 up, and many athletes would actually go a little bit defensive and just try and tie it up, but Baryshnikova seems to be just, this is her default way of playing.
Yeah, this is her style, and I think also she's aware of that semi-final and wouldn't mind finishing this one early. Can she get the 12-point gap? Krzemieniecka, to her credit, staying involved, very difficult when you're in a fight, you know that you can't win. You've still got to stick in there, and there's a point on the board, and that point's for everyone that's ever competed. You know what it's like when you're up against a top fighter. Stolen back again from Baryshnikova, with a minute and 10 left in this one. And there's only going to be one winner, it's just a question of when, not if, for the Russian.
There's a semi-final. The world number 2 is in the quarter-final to come, so there's going to be a really big battle in the semi-final, likely. And yes, Baryshnikova has decided now in the final minute just to take it a bit easier. I don't think we've seen her go backwards once in the whole bout. And for the first time, she decides to go for a little walk around, just take a few back steps. There's no reason for her to really do any more attacks. And, well, she just scores comfortably. 11-2, just helping herself. I think the Polish athlete's defence is possibly not the greatest you've seen in the world. There's too many, and the way she exited from that, she was there for the taking as well.
Yeah, and as you said, Baryshnikova taking the foot off the gas. She knows she's into the medal matches. She's deserved it. It's been a walk in the park for her, and she's more than happy with this as the clock ticks down.
Yeah, Baryshnikova, very happy. She'll get a Kyungo for not fighting. That doesn't hurt her whatsoever. And what a lovely performance, and what a solid performance from the Russian world number 4. She moves on and she will progress through to the semi-final. Anastasiia Baryshnikova, a very, very smooth performance here in Baku, Azerbaijan at the first European Games. She progresses through to the semi-final and she'll have a much tougher semi-final to come. 2 athletes in the bottom quarter, looks certainly quite a bit tougher. Final score confirmed on your screen. Anastasiia Baryshnikova wins by 11 points to 3 over Krzemieniecka. She tried her best. She put her big moves in, but Baryshnikova was just always a class above here. And the Russian, certainly no rush to finish this one off. Just not enough power.